We are picking up the TCR. So this would be our TCR is, they take a 2019 Honda Civic. They wide body the front of the car. You'll see what I mean by wide body. They also wide body the rear also, I guess to get, you know, the fattest tire they can on there for maximum traction on a front wheel drive car. They do it very tastefully. Again, it's Italy. They're all about, you know, looks and design and all that. So they got it right. So I'll give them that much. FK8 engine in it. And then they tune it up themselves. I think the turbo's a little modified in it also. And they run an Xtrac transmission in it, which was pretty cool. So we handed it off to Rob, and Rob's been working on it for the last 3-4 weeks. I've seen some pictures of it back and forth. I've been there a couple times. Car's looking really, really good. This will probably be the first time you guys will see it. I think it's pretty impressive, so we'll see how it is. Robbie, looks good, buddy. Very, very nice. Looking good, buddy. Rob and I have had a relationship, you know, long walks on the beach and stuff since 1998, Rob? No, 88, 88. Oh, wow. Let's age us, right? Yeah, that's right. 98, we went to Seibon together. But anyways, his company's Wrap Industries. He's been doing all kinds of crazy cars over the years. This is one thing he really likes to do. He likes to do race cars. He likes to be creative. Right, Rob, you're a creative guy. So yeah, he's just finishing up putting some of our last sponsor decals on, and that's about it.
God damn! It looks so good.
You like
the
that?
red is perfect. I love the carbon integration into the wrap in the front. This fading, the black to like dark red fading there. I never even realized the carbon accent, the carbon vents in the hood. I was in love with this car already before, but now, man, oh man. Can't wait to get those Konig wheels on here. Give it a fresh look with those.
Yeah, fresh tires, new wheels.
Get the Falkens mounted on the Konigs, and it's gonna be great.
Okay, James, you've seen the car now. You've seen the livery on it. I think you like it.
I like it a lot.
I think you're gonna look good in the car. Hopefully you look good with a checkered flag in your hand at the end of the race.
We will try.
I think it'd be a good time now to tell some people about the car. We purchased a car from Racers Edge in Florida. I said to James, if I'm buying this car for you to race, you're picking it up. So he did. So go ahead. And also tell us about this year, where you plan on racing it too.
Just after the new year, went down to Racers Edge, as you said, near Daytona in Florida. Picked the car up. On our way home, we went to the firm, did a little bit of testing, just outside of Daytona, a couple hours north. Did some shakedown laps on it, just to get comfortable, you know, see if there was anything we needed to kind of learn about it or whatever.
And make sure everything was all right. It's got a brand new engine in it.
Exactly. So I was instantly comfortable in it. I've driven front wheel drive things for a long time. Right. So it wasn't really a huge learning curve. The paddles were really cool. The ABS was really cool. The whole, you know, build quality of the car is amazing.
Like this compared to your TSX.
So similar in so many ways and so remarkably different in so many ways, right? Not using a clutch pedal, left foot braking.
Right.
You know, there's so many little things like that. You don't have to worry about modulating the brakes as much with the Bosch ABS that's in this car. You can go into a braking zone, drive it in as hard as you want, and the ABS just kind of takes care of everything for you. So that's really cool. We're really excited to be able to run this in the new Gridlife class this year. Gridlife have a new class called GLGT.
James wanted to modify the TSX. The only way to modify the car to be in that class was a turbo. Try to be as nice as possible. Tits or turbos, nothing but problems usually, right? So I was like, I didn't want to go through a year of learning curve. When we were able to work out a deal with John at Racers Edge on this car, we just called James up and said we bought a car.
We were actually talking about it, you know, whether it was going to happen or not, and you said you were going to talk to them a little bit about it, and then we hadn't even really had to talk. Yeah. You're like, it's bought, you got to go pick it up.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my, you're like hearts in your chest for a second. It's like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? So the new Gridlife GLGT class is very interesting. TC, where we run the TSX, is a 12.5 to 1 pounds per horsepower class. This is 8.9. So we would have had to make a lot more power in the TSX.
Example is horsepower to weight.
Right. So basically, at the same weight, a car in GT is going to make about 100 wheel horsepower more than in TC. So there's a pretty significant difference.
It's a big difference,
So we're going to be running this car at the 3 Gridlife events this year, at Gingerman Raceway, the big Midwest Festival, at their Mid-Ohio event, and their Lime Rock event. So I think the 3 events that we're going to are really going to suit this car well.
Right.
So we're going to get the new Konig wheels and Falken tires on this, as we've always ran in the GLTC series. Unit 2 have a great baffled oil pan for this that we're going to be using. G-Lock, we're going to use their pads. We've been using their pads for years and years and years. This car was actually going to be a little bit overweight for its power. So Seibon have helped us out with some carbon parts. It's going to help get the weight down a little bit, so we can really try to be right at that power to weight, so we can be as competitive as possible.
Yeah, how much weight do we get out of the car now?
I think 175 pounds. Yeah. So that's going to be pretty significant. It's a locked ECU. We'd like to keep the ECU, they put a lot of work in, JAS put a lot of work in this car to make sure that everything worked really well, really cohesively together.
Right.
So if we can keep that all as they did it, that's ideal. So that was the point.
And you mentioned JAS. A lot of people don't know JAS is based out of Italy.
That's
right.
correct.
They build a couple cars. I believe it's only this car and the NSX that they build with Honda.
I'm not sure all the cars that they build, but I know that they've been involved in Honda racing for a long time, dating back to the 90s. They were building their British touring cars back in the day. So they have a really long relationship with Honda.
So you take a full chassis Honda right from the factory.
Yep.
And then at that point, before anything's in it, for like even a harness at this point, they take it, modify it, probably stitch weld it, just make it light but strong and put a cage in it.
Exactly.
And then from there, that's where they put I think it's the FK8 motor,
that's
modified.
Correct. That's correct.
Right. The transmission is?
That's the Xtrac.
Xtrac.
So there was 2 different transmissions you could get in this. When it was in what they call endurance racing spec, it has the Xtrac in it. So we were very happy that this one does have the Xtrac in it. And just the entire parts list on the car and the way that JAS put it together is really, really impressive. When we go to a TC event, it's usually a pretty known quantity of who's going to be fast there and who's not, having raced the TSX in that class almost since the inception. This class this year, I heard some rumors when I was down in South Carolina this past weekend that there are some heavy hitters coming out with some really interesting cars. So it'll be interesting to see how
there's a lot of competition.
Exactly. We're not going there to cherry pick in any way, shape, or form. We want the best drivers and the best cars to come out as they always seem to make their way out in the Gridlife event.
Yes. Yep. So James, you're taking the car today. I think you said you're dropping it off.
Yeah, we're going to take it back. We're going to get the wheels and tires mounted up, and we're going to get it over to Ivan's Auto Service. We're going to get it on his alignment rack. Set a baseline. We're not going to change anything too much because this car was running a square setup for tires. Okay. We're going to be running a staggered setup with the 295 Falcons in the front and the 255s in the rear. So that'll be kind of new for a TCR car. Not many people have ran a TCR car with a staggered setup before. So we're just going to leave the alignment as is, but we want to know where it is before we make adjustments. Right. And then we'll be ready to do a little bit of testing. We want to make sure that it's as dialed in as it can possibly be before we go to our first event, which will be the Gridlife Midwest Festival at Gingerman Raceway. We'll hope to see everyone there. Hey John, remember our deal. If I can't win in this one, I get to take that one.
Yeah, okay, Zach, that's a cut. That's a wrap.